They did it. Those sons of bastaches did it. Well, hello there, I'm Photo Dave, and this is Toypixx, and whether this is your first or 100th time on the channel, Toypixx is all about helping you and helping me get better at our action figure photos. So, if that sounds like something you dig, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and for today's video, we're going to get more into the action figure side of things. The G.I. Joe brand team had a live stream today, and holy crap. I was impressed. Yeah, one thing I've been saying about this line is, if they just give us more heads and more hands, this might be the ultimate line out there when it comes to action figures, and, well, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get to it. First things first, Emily had two announcements to share. The first one being, Hasbro is going back to San Diego Comic-Con, which I thought was really cool because, hey, that means the big guns are finally returning to the convention circuit, and I'm pretty geeked about that, especially since I'm diving more and more into this stuff. I feel I'm going to have to start attending conventions, and it's going to be cool to run into some of these people when I'm able to start doing that. She did say that the Hasbro booth, you'll be able to talk to Emily and Lenny, which would be really cool. They really have become my favorite presenters out there when it comes to Hasbro, possibly even my favorite presenters when it comes to toys at all. The second thing she shared is that everything that we ordered back during PulseCon is finally being shipped out of Hasbro's warehouses. So that means that I'm finally going to be getting very soon Storm Shadow Spirit, a couple Cobra officers, and perhaps, she didn't say necessarily this, but maybe all of us that ordered multiples on Alley Vipers and Bats that haven't received those, maybe those will be getting shipped out too. So I'm pretty excited about all those developments. And by all, I mean both, because I need more figures. Next, the team announced two figures that are currently in the design phase, and those are Torpedo and Copperhead. I'm stoked about Torpedo because I got rid of a few of my G.I. Joes recently because they just weren't doing it for me, so I need to start filling out the Joe ranks again. And I'm excited about Copperhead because it shows that they're willing to release vehicle drivers, hopefully without vehicles. Like, they didn't say that Copperhead wasn't coming with a water moccasin, but if he did, we're probably looking at like a $150 set, and I'd rather not pay that for Copperhead, but I would be really excited to get a hold of more vehicle drivers. Like, this is dumb, but I would love a toll booth. I think toll booth done in classified would just be hilarious. Anywho, those were the two announced that they have nothing to show just yet. And now it's time to get into the stuff that they were prepared to show. First up, we have Lieutenant Falcon. Look at that smug tool bag. I hate that guy. I never really liked Falcon. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming what it was, to be honest, is my exposure to him was via the cartoons. I love checking out and looking at the backstories and seeing what the comics have to offer, but growing up, it was all about the cartoons for me, and he just, even as a kid, I'm watching this dude going, there's no way this guy would ever make the G.I. Joe team. And then later on with the Deke cartoons, I'm like, so he was a screw-off in Sumbo, and now he's an addict in these cartoons, and there's no way this guy would ever make it onto the G.I. Joe team. But I do enjoy that Lenny sat there and he brought up the fact that Falcon's made some bad choices in his life, even though Tony brought up the raised eyebrow and all that on the sculpt. So just the fact that to hear these guys talk about this figure and the design and the extra thought that goes into him, I am excited to add Falcon to the shelves. But he's gonna go probably by way of Duke, where Duke and Falcon are just gonna be the figures that the rest of my team pretty much pick on all the time. Next up, we have Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders Barbecue. Now, we knew that when it came to the figures that had been released and announced and all that we were going to start to fill out Slaughter's Marauders. It was pretty much an educated guess. Plus, with Sergeant Slaughter coming out, yeah, still uneducated guess. And this is evidence of that. He looks fine. He looks like he did way back when he was in Slaughter's Marauders colors. This is not something that I'm excited about. I've already said I'm not getting the Tiger Force or the Python Patrol figures, and Slaughter's Marauders falls into that as well. All that these repaints were to me when I was a kid was a reminder that I missed out on the original figures, and I always thought the original figures looked so much better. So for me, the repaints are more kind of bitter than sweet. But if you're a big fan of Slaughter's Marauders, this is your jam. And we knew more repaints were coming down the line, and here is the Crimson Bat. Now, for me personally, the only bat I ever saw that I thought really looked cool was the original, the one we already got. I'm happy with that bat. But if you're out there building up a Crimson Army, like you're throwing together the Crimson Guards with the Crimson Twins, now you throw in the Crimson Bat, and you can almost, I'm not going to guarantee it, but a Crimson Baroness came out way back when. She might get added to the ranks, so if you're into the Crimson thing, it could really start filling out the ranks. For me, all I really need as far as Crimson are the Guards and the Twins, and then I'm good. But still, for those of you that dig this thing, he might be up your alley. He's not up mine, but that's okay, because I'm already spending way too much on troop builders. And now, one figure I'm super stoked about, and that will be added to the collection, is Outback. I cannot wait for this guy. He's got that old 87 look. We all knew that when he came out in Tiger Force, we'd eventually get this look. It was inevitable. So I'm just super stoked. When I was a kid, I loved this figure. There was something about Outback that you just knew if you got in trouble, this guy would be part of the team that would come and bail you out. He just had that aura about him, even though he was wearing a bright white t-shirt. Not very good for camo, that shirt. Now, we've got a figure that I'm actually far more excited about than I thought I would be, and that is CoverGirl. This figure really does look like a model-turned-military person. It's insane the amount of detail that these guys really think about on the design side. I'm constantly impressed when I hear Lenny and Tony and everybody just talk about what went into the thought process of putting these things together. These are people that genuinely give a crap about this stuff, and I'm just super stoked that they get to work on this line. But enough of that, enough of the glowing praises, sorry Lenny, but I'm gonna need some assurance from you. When I look at the renders on CoverGirl, it doesn't show her arm articulation at all. And I don't want them to go backwards. I want her to have her biceps swivel, and I want her to have her double jointed elbows. So fingers crossed that happens. I wonder if I can do that. You know what? I can't cross my fingers on my, let's see, right hand quite as well. Very strange. But that's the deal. I really want those arms to be the same as Lady J's. And if they are, CoverGirl is going to be a knockout. Oh, that killed me. And now, this figure is what got me the most excited out of everything they showed off today. And it wasn't because of who it was, but what he came with. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sergeant Slaughter. Now, he's a good-looking figure. I will not take that away from them. They nailed the Sarge. I'm impressed. I really like showing off kind of the photos that they set up. Look at the texture in this shirt. This is crazy. The whistle, all the detail there, that face, like, that took me back to when Sarge was in the cartoons. It looked perfect. I wasn't really a wrestling guy, so I can't tell you exactly how accurate that is, but I've looked at some pictures and it does look like Sarge, he's got the chin for days. But I was insanely impressed with that. And then, one of the things that I really dug was that he comes with a little action figure of himself. I thought it was hilarious when they were teasing whatever the accessory was going to be that he comes with that they were excited about. I was thinking, oh no, please don't let it be a Triple T. I wouldn't mind a Triple T, but I wanted the figure without having to spend like $150, $200 to get a tank to go with it. So when they showed that little thing, first, I laughed my butt off because I thought it was just such a hilarious idea. And when Lenny explained why he did it, it was basically just a callback to all the promo work that Sergeant Slaughter did in the 80s. I just thought it was great. And second, yeah, I'm just really excited to be getting this guy. But the thing that really excited me about this, bam! Look at all those hands. The things that I've said about Sergeant Slaughter, about G.I. Joe as a line in general, is that they could be the perfect action figure line if they all started coming with those hands, with just a ton of hands. For me anyway, because I like taking pictures of this stuff. So this is what I want to see going forward. I'm curious what the price point's going to be. I know that Vala vs. Sergeant Slaughter and all his figures, in fact, all of Vala's figures come with a bunch of hands and they're $32. Hasbro owns the license for G.I. Joe. Is Sergeant Slaughter here going to be comparable? Is he also going to be $32? That's something that I really want to see. Because if he is, I'm happy to pay that for Action Force. And I'm happy to pay that for G.I. Joe. Because as great as Action Force is as figures, and I do think they're great, I need more of them, the one thing they don't have on us 80s kids is the nostalgia tug. And so for G.I. Joe, if they start coming with hands like that and even more accessories, that's going to be a hard tug to beat. Now last and possibly least of all the classified stuff they talked about today was this Snake Eyes and Timber 2-pack. Now I have to admit, while I'm a guy who pretty much figures all I need is the Commando Snake Eyes and the Ninja Snake Eyes, I'm tempted. Look at this thing. No, really. Look at it. We've got a scarf. We've got a totally different kind of look. Some green camo going on for Snake Eyes pants. It might be enough to pull me in. He also comes with all the hands that Snake Eyes has come with thus far. Again, I'm really stoked about hands. He comes with several accessories. The only thing I'm not excited about, in fact, in this 2-pack, is the repaint of Timber. Although, I cannot deny that photo. Look at that. Look at how the photographer made it look like Timber is actually scratching behind his ears. I thought I was good at posing. I've never thought to try and make Timber do that because I never in a million years would have thought he could. That is a very cool shot. And hey, this channel is all about action figure photography, and it doesn't get much more action figure photography than that. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get this 2-pack. I know if I do, I'll sell the Timber. But I have to admit, I'm not really a repaint guy, but I am tempted. Very strange times we live in. And folks, that's all I've got to say about that. Whew! Feels like I said a lot. Anywho, comment below. Let me know what you're most looking forward to from the live stream. Me? I'm most looking forward to Sergeant Slaughter, not because of the character. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be super stoked to have Sarge in the lineup, no doubt. But more because of the hands he comes with, the photographic possibilities with figures that come with that many hands are insane, and I really hope it's a sign of things to come for the G.I. Joe classified line. Anywho, in the video description, I'm going to leave a link to the pre-order for Snake Eyes. I'm also going to leave a link for all kinds of G.I. Joe figures down there. If you have not gotten into the classified line yet, you owe it to yourself. Believe me, if you're at all considering getting into any kind of action figure line, this is the one. It's not insanely expensive, and it does a lot of what even the most premium lines do. It's very cool. So I'm leaving those links. Go ahead and click on those. Check out the figures. And if you're not even going to buy a figure, click on one of those links and go shopping on Amazon. If you buy something, that helps out the channel no matter what it is. And I certainly appreciate it. Folks, that really is all I've got. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and well, until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya.